evening and welcome along to the action live at the online Darts Live League, where we have the start of Group B this evening, featuring some of the players that you've seen earlier in the week in Group A. We also had the start of Group C this afternoon, so we'll start this evening's coverage by taking a quick look at the Group A table. As you can see there, Kevin Burnett, well, he finished top of the table and went straight through to finals night on this Champions Week. He has his feet up for a couple of days, but it wasn't a straight run thing because he and Richie Burnett played in a winner-takes-all match in the very last match of Group A on Wednesday, and Burnett won that game to secure qualification, finishing top of the table ahead of Gary Stone, Burnett and Jared Cole, all of whom will feature in tonight's action in Group B. The bottom two, Martin Adams, one of them, he was in Group C earlier today. It was Adams who is bottom of this table as well. Disappointing day for him. Chris Gilliland just above him. But look at that. Overnight in Group C, 4 players tied on 6 points. Very, very close run thing today in Group C. Robert Owen, Johnny Haynes, Connor Scutt and Rob Collins all on 6. Gilliland on 4. Martin Adams with a lot of work to do when they come back tomorrow. And they will be back at 9:30 AM live on the Online Darts YouTube channel. But this evening, it's all about Group B. We're live there and, of course, on Sporty Stuff TV. And here are the fixtures coming up tonight. Starting with Jared Cole taking on Nick Fullwell. Burnett then gets back in action against one of the weekly winners, Charles Barstow, who opted to go into this group rather than have the advantage of being in Group A because he had work commitments. And then Gary Stone gets his evening underway when he takes on Jared Cole. Everybody in the group will play each other once this evening as we get to the halfway stage. And we will be on air until roughly 1 AM, the last match between Stone and Fulwell. But there are some very talented players in the field. Jared Cole, a Development Tour winner. Nick Fulwell, 3-time winner on the Challenge Tour. Of course, we've seen plenty of Richie Burnett, a former world champion and a former Champions Week winner here at the Online Darts Live League. In this group, 3 players go through from the 5, so opportunity certainly knocks in Group B. It's going to be a really competitive, exciting evening of arrowing action, and we will move across to our studio now to get the action underway. So the opening match of the evening, Jared Cole against Nick Fulwell. I'm Chris Murphy talking you through this, the first of 10 matches we've got for you tonight. Charlie Corstefine will be calling the scores and keeping a beady eye on the players. Our referee for this evening, Jared Cole, as I mentioned, a winner on the Development Tour. That was back in 2018, the 21-year-old talent, up against Nick Fulwell, who has appeared at the PDC World Championship. Man from Stourbridge near Wolverhampton, 52 years of age. 3 Challenge Tour titles to his name. Will it be Cole or Fulwell getting off to a flying start? We are about to find out as the evening's action gets underway live here on Sporty Stuff TV.
Jared to throw first. Game on.
And young Jared Cole will throw the first darts of the evening. Cole, one
100.
of the 3 players that were moved from Group A into Group B, along
54.
with Burnett and Stone. Robert Owen it was who joined Martin Adams in Group C. Very differing tales for them this afternoon.
42.
Owen top of the table on legs difference, as I mentioned, a 4-way tie on 6 points, and Martin Adams Stone bottom on just 2 points.
97. 40.
As for the players in
98.
action this evening, all of them qualifying for Champions Week
135.
as either group winners or runners-up. Chaz Barstow, Jared Cole both won
96.
their groups. Fullwell, Burnett and Stone are all runners-up in their respective weeks.
168.
And it's
Nick
Cole who's down to a finish first. Or a double first, I should say. Fullwell on a finish, but not one he can complete now.
82. Jared, you require 16.
So, double 8.
Game shot on the first
There it
leg.
is.
Jared
Cole
Cole.
claims the first leg of the night. It's a hold of throw. A comfortable one for Jared Cole, who takes a 1-0 lead.
Second leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on. $70.
Just see on our referee there, Charlie Corstaffine's collar,
100.
a little heart. That's a badge representing the charity, the Heart of Darts, a long-established charity now, in which those in the darting community raise funds for
140.
disadvantaged children. Certainly a worthy cause and one worth looking up.
45. $60. $85.
2-3-1 for Fulwell.
57.
Could have left a finish should he utilise the bullseye segment in that turn.
58.
64 off, for example, would have left 167. Now you'll be looking at 14.
134.
To leave tops. This time the setting up is sublime.
134. Nick, you require 40.
We will look at double top. He can't get much closer without hitting
20.
it, can he? But he hasn't hit it.
Jared, you
And
require
it is an opportunity
79.
for Jared Cole. Double 11 the target.
Game shot on the
It's
second
clinical
leg.
from
Jared
Cole, and that is a nick against Nick Fullwell. Stolen the leg there, Jared Cole, after 3 darts missed at top from his opponent with a brilliant combination check out.
Third leg, it's Jared to throw first.
2 darter, 79. And he's hit 2 out of 2 attempts on his doubles so far. Certainly sharp from the off this evening.
40. 81.
Cole won week 2 ahead of Richie Burnett, who he beat in the weekly final. Connor Scott also progressing on that
96.
week. Fulwell was runner-up to Robert Owen. Rob Collins, the other man to join the Champions Week lineup. Remember, on Saturday night at finals night, the remaining 6 players will battle it out for a very nice £15,000 prize fund. The winner taking 6 grand of that. Not bad work, is it, if you can get it? The Online Darts Live League providing opportunities
85.
for the players outside that 128, the all-important tour card positions.
180.
Many
Jared,
of them have been professionals in their time. Fulwell is one of those. That was a wild dart from Jared Cole, unless he was
40.
attempting
Nick, you require
3 double tops
89.
to complete that combination. A bit more simple and conventional here from Fulwell.
Game shot on the
And this
third
time
leg.
he does
Nick
find the double.
Fulwell.
His turn to complete a combo. 89 he goes out on, and he halves the deficit, but trails by 2 legs to 1.
Fourth leg, it's Nick to throw first.
It was a breaker throw, though, for Fulwell. That might just put a spring in his step.
140. $60. 99. 54.
He's currently ranked 6th on the WDF
140.
main order of merit, Nick Fulwell. Showing some good form.
140. Nick, you require 122.
Losing semi-finalists at the England Open. Well, he fancies this. 7-7, Nick.
Game
Oh, yes.
shot on the fourth leg.
Check that
Nick
out.
Fulwell.
And he has checked it out. A 1-2-2 from Nick Fulwell. Didn't even need to go for it. But he found the double after 2 treble 18s to
Fifth
level up
leg,
the match.
it's Jared to throw first.
And it is 2-2
96.
in the evening's opener. Yeah, Fulwell went down to the eventual winner, Brian Roman, in the
45.
semi-finals of the England Open. Just last weekend, having
135.
beaten Jordan Brooks, Rob Collins, who we will see again tomorrow, and Gary Stafford as well on that run. Very accomplished player in the amateur scene. He also reached the semi-finals of the most recent Challenge Tour event, losing out
60.
to Cameron Menzies on that occasion the weekend before.
99.
He'd love to reach the semi-finals here and earn himself an extra bit of dough.
100.
But it's Cole who is taking the initiative in leg 5 here, down to
60.
a finish after
Jared
a dozen
require
with Fullwell
110.
a long way behind.
78.
And that 1-2-2 is the highest checkout that we've seen all day at the live league. 116 the highest this afternoon. Chris Gilliland
140.
producing that.
Jared, you require 32.
But a 32 will do very nicely indeed for Jared Cole, who hadn't missed a dart at double
24.
until those 3. Now he's missed more than he's hit.
Nick, you require 150. $60. Jared, you require 8.
Well, he knows it has to go this time. Jared Cole.
Game shot
it
on
does
the
go.
fifth leg. Jared Cole.
Double 4 to edge back ahead, and he's still clinging on to control in this contest. Cole leads by 3 legs to 2.
Sixth leg, it's Nick to throw first. 180.
Well, that's his second of the match.
140. 60.
Can't follow it with anything substantial, and that just opens the door again for Cole.
134. 95. 41.
Well, no finish either man, but it's looking increasingly likely that the destination of the 2 points on offer for winning this match will be decided
98.
in a last leg decider.
170.
Brilliant setup for Cole to apply maximum pressure. The big fish setup, and it has resulted in a miss.
30.
What a gamble that was from Nick Fulwell.
Jared requires 16.
Opted against 13 bull, went 25 for double 19
Game,
instead.
shot,
It
the
didn't
match.
work
Jared
out,
Cole.
and it was all about that fabulous 170 setup shot from Jared Cole to leave himself that double, but to put enough pressure on Nick Fulwell that he fluffed his lines at the end, and Cole, with an average of more than 90, wins his opening match of the evening by 4 legs to 2, despite a 1-2-2 checkout and a couple of maximums from Nick Fulwell. They'll both be back in half an hour or so, but before they are, Richie Burnett takes on Chaz Barstow in game 2, and that's coming up after this. Well, the action continues here at the Online Darts Live League with Charles Barstow ready to do battle with Richie Burnett.
First leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
I'm Chris Murphy talking you through this, the second of 10 matches brought to you live on Sporty Stuff TV this evening or via the Online Darts YouTube channel.
180.
Not a bad start at all, Richie. And Chaz can't repeat the feat. Okay. Yes.
180.
Right then. Richie Burnett means business. And he begins his evening with back-to-back 180s and teases the prospect of a 9-dart start to this match. Well, if something seems too good to be true, then it usually is.
65.
Burnett has produced perfection at the Live League before. One of 4 players to do so. We've had 5 9-darters in total.
81.
James Richardson producing
Richie
2. Richie Burnett,
76.
Martin Adams and Colin Osborne conjuring up the magic leg. 3 of them in the last 3 weeks. Will we get one at Champions Week?
56.
Richie Burnett threatened it with a sensational start to this match.
100.
Now all he cares about is getting
20.
the leg won.
Game shot
And
on
he's
the
done that.
leg. Richie Burnett.
It's not a 9-darter, but 13 will do very nicely indeed for the Prince of Wales, who takes a breathtaking opening leg to lead 1-0.
Second leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
What a start from Burnett, who will be frustrated to even be here
140.
after that winner-takes-all match against Kevin Burness Wednesday afternoon. He lost out in the Burness v Burnett battle.
81.
But he's determined to put himself in the mix for finals night as he looks to get his title back and, of course, to keep it in Wales, because the winner of Phase 3 was Jim Williams when the Quiff defeated the Queen, Fallon Sherrick, in the final. Now Barstow's in on the 180 act.
135.
Booked his place at Champions Week with a fabulous Week 4 win.
145.
Well, he's on a 10-darter here. What on earth is going on? Ridiculous darts from the pair of them.
43. Chaz, you require 36.
Double 9.
No score.
Well, it might well be a 13-dart response to the 13-darter that was thrown against him in leg 1. But we could have seen even
100.
better.
Chaz, you require 36.
Incredible start to this contest. And indeed it is an exchange of 13-dart legs between this pair. Burnett with the first, Barstow with the second. When all said and done, it's all on throw so far. 1-1.
Third leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
3 180s in the match. An average of 103.2 for Richie Burnett after 2 legs. And that's rising. An average of 113.16 for Chaz Barstow after 2 legs. The man who, when he last appeared at the Online Darts Live League, averaged more than 111. That was in the final of Week 4. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Barstow.
100.
The pair have met on a handful of
60.
occasions in this tournament. Barstow won the first 2 meetings in successive days back in March, each of them by a 2-leg margin. But Burnett put things right when they met once in June
80.
and then again in August, winning 4-1 and 4-2, before Barstow edged back in front in the head-to-head record when he defeated
93.
Richie 4-2 last month. Gary Stone will get his Group B campaign underway next.
44.
He will take on the first winner of the evening, Jared Cole, in match 3. Then Fulwell, Nick Fulwell, who lost that one, returns to take on Richie Burnett before
140.
Barstow meets Stone.
Richie require 137.
Now then, former world champion finds a treble 20, 77 now.
97.
Good setup.
Chaz require 124.
Has a very makeable out in front of him. Now needs to be perfect. Treble 18 would have left
92.
the bullseye. He leaves a double.
Richie require 40.
Burnett has 3
Game
double
shot on the
top,
third
and
leg.
he only needs
Richie
one
Burnett.
to pin it dead centre and to edge back ahead in this very, very good game of darts. Burnett leads Chaz Barstow by 2 legs to 1.
Fourth leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
Both players still in 3-figure range
59.
on the averages, with possibly a couple of legs still to play, although Barstow will be hoping not.
55. $180.
That ties up the 180 tally at 2 apiece. But Richie doesn't like it being tied up.
140.
But it still is Richie.
$53.
Would be wise to start on 19s from 306, Richie Burnett. But it doesn't look like he's going to heed my advice. It's too late now, mate.
96.
Start on 19s and
81.
find at least 1 treble in the first 2 darts. You can still leave a finish. If you start on the 20s and don't hit the treble, then you can't.
$100. Chaz, you require 128.
So treble 18, yes, and another. Yes, and double 10.
108.
No,
Richie, you require 110.
no entry for Chaz Barstow. And Richie Burnett is looking to pick his pocket. But he's missed a big number. Seething with himself. Richie, I think. No lip reading expert.
74. Chaz, you require 20.
But it was a bout of self-criticism.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
And
Chaz
Chaz Barstow makes him pay, landing the double to tie up this match at 2 apiece. All on throw so far, but a very decent game.
Fifth leg, it's Richie to throw first.
Both players will feel that they've had chances to really steal a march in this match. Maybe not at doubles, but at least to set them up.
45. $44. $180.
He's back ahead in the 180 race. 3 now for Richie, 2 for Chaz.
134. 60.
Always animated on the hockey, isn't he, Richie Burnett?
180.
Barstow levels up that maximum count. Reacts to every visit. Just making sure he leaves a finish here.
$97. Charge you require 143.
So 143 for Chaz Barstow. Not to be, but Richie Burnett's on a tricky little combination checkout, and that is an excellent setup shot from his opponent. The break could be in prospect for Barstow.
62 left, yeah.
57 off, leaves 62. And again he's missed a big number, and Burnett can't believe it. What's happening? He thinks to himself, why is it happening? I'm not sure. He has the answers.
65. Charge you require 24. Game
Chaz Barstow
Chaz Barstow
takes advantage once again, but this time it's a breaker throw, and Barstow is in control of this contest. Throwing now for a 4-2 win.
Sixth leg, it's Chaz to throw first. Game on. $134. $140. $137. $60. $60.
Well, Barstow sets up a rather spectacular way to try and win this match.
140.
And he's probably going to have to go for it. I mean, he doesn't have to. He can ask a question of Burnett and just lay up, or he can go for the ball.
134.
Well, he's kind of done both there. Best of both worlds for Chaz Barstow. Missed by a margin that allowed him to hit a single number, and he hit one that left a quite favourable double.
90.
Burnett finds
Chaz
the ball to apply a little bit of pressure, but Barstow just bats it away. Burnett still annoyed with himself for those big numbers that he missed, and that could be a big win for Chaz Barstow as the inquest goes on between the pair. But look at that level of performance from Barstow. Really, he was good value for the win. 106.65 the average. He's picking up where he left off last week. A brilliant start. 6 180s shared between the pair in that one. What a game of darts at the start of this evening session. We're on to game 3 next. It's Gary Stone against Jared Cole, and it's coming up in 3 minutes. Welcome back as we enter match 3 of the evening here in Group B on Champions Week. I'm Chris Murphy talking you through the action, and there have been wins so far for Chaz Barstow, who averaged 106 and change in his victory over Richie Burnett, and this man Jared Cole, who beat Nick Fullwell.
It's Gary to throw first. Game on.
By the same 4-2 margin. He's up against Scotland's Gary Stone, who has the darts
60
in the opening leg of this match. And let's hope that this one is something like the previous match, which was absolutely brilliant. A bit of a belter. Let's see if this can be a Stone Cole stunner.
81.
The wrestling fans amongst the audience rejoice. Paul Nicholson would have been proud of that
100. one. 100.
All we need now is Peter the Rock Hudson and Nigel the Undertaker Hayden, and we can have a right old Royal
60.
Rumble. The pair, of course, did meet in Group A earlier this week. Stone winning the first 2 bouts between them. 4-1 and 4-0. Looked like he had Jared Cole pinned down and surrendering, but Cole hit back with a 4-1 win of his own yesterday. A match in which he took out a brilliant 161 checkout.
128.
Well, the 180
101.
leaves 101 for Stone.
61. Jared, you require 134.
Looks like he's going the 17s route here. Didn't work out. Perhaps in that
42.
spot, treble 18's a shot and then 2 at tops.
Gary, you require 40.
Should you find it.
Game
Just in
shot
terms
the
of where his
first
opponent
leg.
was in the
Gary
leg.
Stone.
Ready to take aim at double and ready to hit the double. And that's exactly what Gary Stone has done to get the first leg on the board. He holds to lead 1-0.
Second leg, it's Jared to throw first.
Cole, a 4-2 winner, as I mentioned in that opener, against
60.
Nick Fullwell, who is back in action in the match after this when he meets Richie Burnett.
140. 140.
Comes from Bells Hill in Lanarkshire.
40.
Gary Stone, a winner in WDF teams and singles events at the turn of the previous decade. Also won the Swedish Classic in 2019.
98.
John Scott in the final of that one. We have seen him at the UK Open on a couple of occasions, but hasn't had any significant runs. And he has
100.
also appeared at 3 European Tour events, reaching the last 32 on a couple of occasions in PDC darts.
140.
Did have a 9-darter at a World Championship qualifier against John Bowles back in 2014. That was at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry.
Gary require 83.
Almost had one in the first leg of the previous match. Burnett going off with back-to-back 180s. 16 here for the bull. Bullseye now.
34. Jared require 58.
Jared Cole gets a chance to level up.
38.
Well, lots of talk of levelling up recently in different areas of life, but it hasn't been happening, and it hasn't happened for Jared Cole there, but that's a slip for Stone. 34 off, that leaves 15, a 3 or a 7.
No
but
score.
Not a 19, Gary.
Jared, you require 20.
Oh, Gary. Gary.
Game shot on the
Cole
second leg. Jared Cole.
Capitalisers, finding the double 10, last start in hand to tie up this match, but Stone will feel that that's a leg that got away.
Third leg, it's Gary to throw first.
Would have been a break of throw.
140. 40.
Neither player living up to what we saw in the previous match when Chaz Barstow averaged 106.65.
100. 96.
Barstow becoming a huge
81.
scorer at the Online Darts Live League, posting big numbers with alarming, for his opponents at least,
140.
regularity. It was 111.
100.
That's final
105.
against Kevin
Gary
Burnett
require 80.
last Saturday, as Stone now looks to produce a much smarter, tidier finish.
60.
Hasn't quite,
Jared require
tidied up.
120.
and there is a chance here. 20, 40.
Game shot
Oh,
on the
wonderful
third
stuff
leg.
from Jared
Jared
Cole. He gets a chance to break, and he takes a chance. Treble 20, single 20, double 20, and that is Clinical Cole
Fourth leg, it's Jared to throw first.
as he breaks. Pretty hard to break Stone, isn't it?
100.
But Jared Cole's managed it here. As he takes a 2-1 lead, and things are
96.
looking up for the 21-year-old ace, who is on course to make it 2 wins from 2, 4 points from 4, and
137.
to enjoy a perfect start to the opening night of Group B action.
58.
To remind you, Group C will conclude tomorrow. The action getting underway at 9:30 a.m. with Connor Scott and Robert Owen going head-to-head. Two of the men that are on
23.
6 points, tied with another two at the top of the table. One of those is Rob Collins. He takes on Chris Gilliland after that, before Martin Adams and Johnny Haynes
36.
are in action. 9:30 a.m. on the Online Darts YouTube channel, and we're back on Sporty Stuff TV at 10 p.m. on Friday evening for the conclusion of this group. Same time, same
55.
place for finals night on Saturday, when the remaining 6 players, Kevin Burnett, who won Group A, 2 from Group C and 3 from this Group B, will battle it
85.
out for the chance to trouser the £6,000 first prize. Who will it be?
134.
Why don't you tell me? At Darts Live League on Twitter. Get involved in the conversation. You can tweet me as well at Chris Murphy180.
93. Jared require 52.
Double 16. Double 8.
Game shot on the
And
fourth
Jared
leg.
Cole
Jared
is
Cole.
enjoying himself here at the Live League this evening. A 3-1 lead now for the youngster, who is 1 away from doubling up with 2 wins from
Fifth
2.
leg, it's Gary to throw first. Game on.
Gary Stone just taking a moment, taking his time, trying to get himself going, and maybe just take the sting out of things here. Jared Cole being allowed to dictate things, dictate the pace, and win the race.
93.
But what he is doing by
60.
taking his time there is letting the youngster know that he's rattled him, that he's not happy.
100.
It is his first match of the evening. It's Cole's second. Stone will be back to go up against Chaz Barstow, though, in his next match. And how brilliant was
59.
Barstow in his opener? mentioned about getting involved on social media. David said Chaz Barstow is some player. Quality errors from Chaz Barstow, and I couldn't agree more. I know that Lee Seymour is cheering on Chaz tonight as well. Always involved in the conversation at Darts Live
96.
League. Make sure you get involved as well. Gary Stone needs to produce a few more of those to get more involved in this match. That is his second, despite being on course to make it 2 wins
Gary
from 2.
require 87.
Jared Cole hasn't actually hit a maximum so far tonight. Great darts.
Game shot.
Great darts, plural,
Gary Stone.
from Gary Stone, who closes the gap here and gets himself back in contention. He's 3-2 behind against Jared Cole, but Cole has the darts.
6th leg, it's Jared throwing first. $96.
15 darter from Stone.
$140.
And it's a decent start in his bid to break and force a last leg shootout.
44. $180.
Now then, it really is looking likely, isn't it? Gary Stone has found his form just at the right
55.
time. And maybe that little slowdown, maybe that little word he had with himself has done the trick.
134.
Because he is bang on it all of a sudden. Setting up a potential 11 dart leg, and it's Cole now who shakes his head. Sensible stuff to go that route. Now has to go for treble 20.
96.
Couldn't find it, can't
Gary
leave a finish.
47.
All he can do is hope and pray. Double 8.
No score.
He's actually busted his score there, Gary Stone, but shouldn't matter. He will get 2 more darts at double.
100.
Only a ton
Gary, you require
for his
47.
opponent. So here we go again. 15, double 16. No drama this
Game
time.
shot on the 6th leg.
And there is
Gary
no drama
Stone.
this time. And after 6 legs, the pair can't be separated. But Cole was in command. And now Stone, who's favourite to win the match.
7th and final leg. It's Gary to throw first. Game on.
The Scotsman has the darts in the decider.
140. 134. 100. 100. 60. 180.
Well, that's better. The first for Jared Cole of the night, and what a time to get it.
96. Jared, you require 87.
Well, that was a bad miss, however, and all of a sudden, Gary Stone will come to the hockey
39.
with a match-winning shot
Gary
in his
require
sights.
105.
And he's going to get a dart. He's not going to get a dart. He's missed a big number. He cannot believe it. Gary Stone needed the 5 for double top. Missed the entire segment and denied himself
73.
a dart at double to win this darts
Jared,
match.
you require 48.
Jared Cole now will get to... Well, that's not what he wanted,
Game,
but
shot,
that is...
And the match.
And Jared Cole wins the battle with Stone. Went down to a last leg decider in the end, but in the end, it's 2 wins out of 2 for Cole. 85 the average, about 6 points less than his opponent, who hit 3 180s as well. But Jared Cole with 45% on the doubles and a 120 checkout winning the match, partly down to that disaster in the decider from Gary Stone, missing the big number, denying himself a dart at double to win the game, and Cole takes it 4-3. Stay with us, because in 3 minutes' time we are going to have Richie Burnett back in action as he takes on Nick Fullwell. Welcome back. It has been a very interesting start to this evening's action. 3 games into the 10 that we will bring to you live on Sporty Stuff TV this evening from Champions Week at the Online Darts Live League. And Game 4 features Nick Fullwell, the 52-year-old 3-time Challenge Tour title winner, against the former champion of the world. 1995, when Richie Burnett fulfilled his darting destiny. He's also a former Champions Week winner here at the Live League.
To throw first. Game on.
It is the first meeting at the Online Darts Live League between this pair, but they did meet last year on the Challenge Tour. And Burnett won that match 5-3. You have to go back to 2014 when the Cincy pair met before that in a UK Open qualifier. Fullwell winning that one, and he also won their only other meeting 3 years prior.
140.
It was a Players' Championship event in Killarney in Ireland. If anybody's interested, that event was won by
59.
Peter Snakebite Wright in 2012. One of his early wins in his PDC career.
100. 180.
180 for Nick Fulwell. Doesn't leave a finish.
60.
But he won't care about that. Burnett not on one either. In fact, that victory for Peter Wright I just mentioned in
65.
Killarney when this pair met was his first ever PDC title. 2012, Peter Wright won his first PDC title. Look at him now. Of course, Wright and Van Gerwen and Price and
100.
Fallon Sherrock all in action in Copenhagen over the course of the weekend. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening there if you're watching us here at the Live League. What's happening here is Nick Fullwell is going tops to take out a ton. The single 20 blocking the treble bed, so why not go for two doubles? Brilliant stuff from Fullwell.
Second leg, it's Richie to throw first.
Burnett won't appreciate it, but I know you certainly did.
25. 59. 45. 60.
Nick Fullwell has amassed over £60,000 in prize money in his career.
190.
The highest average ever witnessed from him is 106.1.
100.
That was a Q School victory against a player by the name of Chris Wickenden. As for Richie Burnett, well, he's had a long and an illustrious career, not without its ups and downs. But well over £400,000 amassed in prize money.
111.
As he looks at treble 17 now. Can't find it. The highest average for Richie Burnett came way back in
51.
1994 at the British Internationals.
Nick to require
when he
142.
beat fellow Champions Week participant Martin Adams with an average of 115.62. Not sure about that shot from Fulwell. Perhaps should have stayed on the treble 20 or switched to the treble 14.
Richie requires 60.
Bigger targets than the bullseye. Richie Burnett has left himself an ocean of space to the left as he looks for double top to level
20.
up. But he can't make a splash.
Nick to require 55.
The familiar forlorn look appears on the face of the Prince of Wales.
35.
But he gets away with the miss.
Richie require 40.
And he has to hit this time.
Game shot.
And he
the
does
second
hit this
leg.
time,
Richie
and Burnett
Burnett.
levels up after 2, only after Fullwell missed darts to break, but it is 1 apiece.
Third leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on. $100. $140. $58. $44.
Just becoming a little bit of a scrap between the pair.
$96.
The standard snatch showcased by Burnett there, but
81.
half decent cover.
$139. $140. Nick, you require 108.
The 140 leaves Burnett well poised to break if Fulwell can't complete this combination, which he can't. So a chance then
72.
for the
Richie require 96.
animated Aerosmith to get on top in this match. Double 18.
78.
But he misses it.
Nick, you require 36.
Once again, the anger is there for all to see.
Game shot on the third
And it will be
leg.
compounded
Nick Fullwell.
as Fullwell lands a double that Burnett failed to find to get back ahead in this tie. 2-1 to Nick Fullwell.
Fourth leg, it's Richie to throw first. $140. $100. $99.
I mentioned that in his last Challenge Tour outing, Nick Fulwell was beaten in the semi-finals by
59.
Cameron Menzies, who went on to take the title, averaging 104.38. And I do happen to know that Cammy is watching us this evening,
100.
so we'll offer our congratulations belatedly to Menzies for that Challenge Tour success.
60.
He won't say why he's watching us this evening, but those who are following us on at Darts Live League will see that the Scotsman has found himself stranded. So what better way to spend the night than watching the Arrows action?
105.
Burnett bouncing back here, leaving 57 after a dozen darts.
140. Richie require 57.
Can he hit the double this time? Hasn't had much trouble with tops so far tonight,
17.
but he hasn't found it on this occasion.
Nick, you require 142.
And I fear for the stage set if Fulwell takes this out. Burnett could lose
92.
it.
Richie require 40.
A double top could help him win it. He'll certainly win the leg. Is it a springboard to help
Richie
him
Burnett.
win the match? Both of these players going down in their openers this evening. One of them is going to change that, and it's a race to two to decide which one.
Fifth leg, it's Nick to throw first. $100. $100.
You are enjoying the action wherever you're watching, however you're watching. A recap of what's happened so far. Jared Cole beating Nick Fulwell in the opening match of the night by a margin of 4 legs to 2. He then went on to see off Gary Stone in the last leg decider. In between that, Burnett went down 4-2 to a brilliant Charles Barstow, who averaged more than 106
100.
in that win. Barstow back up next against Stone. $60. $140. Burnett launching a break bid here. I want to finish first. Fullwell needs to find a treble to join him.
81.
So 6
Richie
darts
require 161.
for the Welshman to wrestle control of this contest in his favour.
105.
Well, that'll do very nicely indeed. Sensible slinging from the Prince of Wales.
26.
And he's still got,
Richie require 56.
as Louis Armstrong once said, all the time in the world.
Game shot.
And what a wonderful world it is all of a sudden for Richie Burnett, who now leads this match 3-2. He's turned things around and he'll be feeling rather calmer now as he throws for a first win of the night.
6 leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on. $60.
Well, not happy with just the 60 points in his opening salvo in this leg, Richie Burnett, and it's been punished with a 2 treble turn from his opponent. Should be filling this up, he will feel.
100.
Only 100, he will not be a happy chappy again after finding the first dart in a plumb position in that treble. Just like that.
99.
Chaz Barstow against Gary Stone to come next, as I mentioned. Then Jared Cole takes on Burnett before Fullwell faces Barstow in the 7th game of the evening.
44.
Burnett v Stone, match 8. Match 9, Barstow v Cole. And then Stone against Fullwell to close the curtains on tonight's performances. Around 20 to 1 in the morning. The action will get underway in the final match. You can have a sleep and then rejoin us at 9:30 at the Online Darts YouTube channel to see Group C
140.
with 4 players tied on 6 points at the top of the table. Only 2 places available from that group at finals night. 3 places from this group available.
140.
But one of this pair will have lost their first 2 matches and put themselves in a perilous position. Burnett bagged a break in the previous leg,
45.
but hasn't managed to build on it.
Nick to require 80.
The match was there for Richie. He knows full well it was there.
60.
And maybe it's still there because
Richie require
Fulwell
112.
fails to find the double. Burnett bangs in a treble and gets a dart to win.
77.
Oh, it's a wild one.
Nick, you require 20.
From Richie Burnett. And 20, the target.
Game shot on the
For
6th
Fullwell,
leg. Nick Fulwell.
which he finds, and we are going the distance all the way down to a last leg decider in which Nick Fulwell will throw first.
7th and final leg. It's Nick to throw first. Game on. $140.
Not happy at all. Richie Burnett, well, he was
66.
up and then he was down and then he was up again and now he's down again. And Nick Fulwell just trying to keep calm and carry on.
38. $100.
They do well to stand as far back as possible when the Burnett mule kick gets into full swing.
100. $100. $100.
Still a chance here for Richie Burnett. Doesn't even need a treble to leave a finish here, but he's found one. And what a dart that is. What a time this is.
140.
Well, only the 140, but he is on a 2-darter.
Nick, you require 123.
Fullwell on a tricky 1-2-3 finish. Burnett isn't beaten yet. 66 remaining. Oh, he's missed a big number. Nick Fulwell
83.
denying himself a dart at the bullseye. And now Burnett has a choice to make.
95.
Is it the bull? Is it 57? It could now be 2 doubles. Well, he's found the treble. And that is a remarkable way for Richie Burnett to win the match. A 95 out. He gambled there. He backed himself to hit a treble with one of his first 2 darts. And it paid off as he earned himself a match-winning dart at double 8. And he picks up his first 2 points of the evening. It was inconsistent all throughout the match from Burnett. He did have the higher average and 10 scores of more than 140 in comparison to half that amount from his opponent. But the all-important finish was at 95 to win the last leg decider and collect his first 2 points of the night. Burnett beats Fullwell 4-3. Chaz Barstow in action next against Gary Stone. Stay tuned for that. It's coming up in 3 minutes' time. Welcome back to the action here at the online Darts Live League. 4 games down, 6 to go on the opening night of Group B, which will be at its halfway stage when we go off air at around 1 a.m. And we've just seen Richie Burnett pick up his first points of the evening, beating Nick Fullwell 4-3. Chaz Barstow already has a couple of points, having defeated Richie Burnett himself 4-2 with an average of 106 in that match. But Gary Stone is looking for his first couple of points.
First leg, it's Chaz to throw first. Game on.
Having gone down 4-3 a couple of games ago to young Jared Cole.
58.
Will he remain stone bottom of the table?
96.
Or can Gary get himself going? It will take some effort the way Chaz Barstow is
58.
playing over his last 2 matches at the online Darts Live League. His average is around 108 to 109. 106 in his 4-2 win against Burnett here. 111.3 in the final last Saturday when he whitewashed Kevin Burnett, who I'm sure will be watching with his feet up and a nice cup of cocoa.
140.
Or maybe he'll be hitting the practice board. The Iron Man ready for Saturday night when it is trophy time.
190.
More importantly, or equally as importantly, more importantly, check time for the winner. £6,000 on offer.
95. Chaz should require 84.
Well, Barstow's 4th maximum has left him an 84 finish. The 2 singles have left Barstow the bull.
59.
He can't find
Gary
it.
requires 70.
And now Gary Stone can break. That's tricky. Only about, what, 2/3 of the bed at best to aim at.
30.
The bulbous barrel.
Chaz should require 25.
Blocking the bed. Double 5 for Chaz Barstow to hang on to his throw. Survived a scare, survived a dart, but did hold on to his throw. And Barstow leads Gary Stone by 1 leg to 0, all on throw so far.
Second leg, it's Gary to throw first. $100.
So the results
137.
so far this evening, just to recap: Jared Cole 4, Nick Fullwell 2, Chaz Barstow 4, Richie Burnett 2, Jared Cole 4, Gary Stone 3, and then Richie Burnett 4, Nick Fullwell 3. So Fullwell without any points on the board after 2 matches. Jared Cole with maximum points, 4 of them after 2, and Barstow with 2 after 1. Stone and Burnett also on 2, but Stone's only played 1 match. Burnett has played 2. We will start showing you the live table at the start of matches as the evening progresses.
Gary require
Good progress from Barstow in this leg, but he might not get the chance to win it because Stone has found the ball to complete the 1-2-1. Brilliant finish. Treble 17 for the bull.
Third leg, it's Chaz to throw first. Game on.
And Stone levels the tie after 2.
140.
Chaz Barstow responds by finding 2 trebles, living
45
in 3 figures once again. Chaz Barstow, who's going to have 105 put on the front of his
57
front door. If he carries on playing like this, I tell you what, he's going to be a real danger.
58
Qualifying school, and will have every chance of getting a tour card, and we've already seen
60
that he's dangerous when he plays on the professional tour. He's showing at Q School last year, left him high up on the reserve list for when there were withdrawals from the professional 128 on the PDC circuit, and he's reached a couple of quarter-finals on Players' Championship events. Chaz has.
59. 60.
Just having a think here.
139.
Aiming for the 25 rather than 19 than the bull, probably. Although Barstow would back himself
96.
for any finish in this range
46.
right now. Choose a 6 for tops.
Game shot
And
on the
takes
third
out
leg.
tops
Chaz Barstow.
to take the lead again. Chaz Barstow 2-1 up after 3. But Gary Stone has the darts in leg 4.
Fourth leg, it's Gary to throw first. $140. 93. 100. 125. 100.
Stone down to a finish as he looks to level up.
140.
Barstow leaves one
Gary
as well.
require 161. 42.
And only 42 off. This is a big chance for Barstow to earn himself a break. He will feel like he might get another 3 darts
60.
after these.
Gary require 119.
Tricky little finish this. It's become much simpler now. Treble and then double. But he can't trouble the treble. And therefore doesn't get a dart at the double.
81. Chaz you require 83.
So treble 17. Now 16. Now bullseye.
35.
Looking for the
Gary requires
response
38.
to the bull. That Stone hit
Game shot on the fourth leg.
a couple of legs
Gary
ago
Stone.
for that brilliant 1-2-1 checkout. This time it is a simple double 16 finish. Splitting the 38, but no splitting them in this
Fifth
match
leg,
after
it's
4
Chaz
legs.
to throw first. 134. 59.
We have been treated to some darting delights, particularly by Chaz Barstow.
134.
But we know what this pair are capable of. They haven't met at the online league until this evening.
125. 95. 137. Chaz you require 138.
In fact, they've never met in any competition until this evening.
84.
Close contest so far. Stone wants to apply maximum pressure by landing a 140. Can't do that.
60.
Only
Chaz you
60
require 54.
to leave the Shanghai shot, just in case Chaz does not complete
Game
this
shot on
finish.
the fifth leg.
But why
Chaz
would you think
Barstow.
that he wouldn't? Because Chaz Barstow has been in exceptional form in the last week or two here at the Online Darts Live League, and he's one away from a win here.
Sixth leg, it's Gary to throw first.
So Jared Cole
55.
against Richie Burnett to follow this one. Cole looking to carry on a
134.
perfect start to his evening.
134.
But included a win against Gary Stone a couple of games ago, in which Stone denied himself a match-winning shot
140.
by missing a big number in the last leg decider. And Nick Fulwell did exactly the same thing in the match that followed
140.
when he lost to Richie Burnett. So both the beneficiaries of disastrous darts
60.
as they limber up in the practice room to do battle in game 6 of this evening's 10.
140.
Good darts from Gary Stone to leave himself on a double. But Barstow has got ideas of his own here. The bullseye
Game,
to win it in sensational style. What a shot that is. An absolute whopper from Chaz Barstow to seal the deal. 167, treble 20, treble 19, and the bull. And that bags another win for Chaz Barstow. And it is another 3-figure average. This man is flying right now. He sees off Gary Stone despite an average of 96.5 for him. The 1-2-1 from Stone superseded by that brilliant 1-6-7 checkout from Barstow in the end. He makes it 2 wins from 2, joining Jared Cole, joint top of the table. Can Cole make it 3 out of 3? We'll find out next when he takes on Richie Burnett. welcome back. I hope you've got your breath back after another stunning performance from Chaz Barstow, capped off with that fabulous 1-6-7 match-winning checkout as he defeated Gary Stone 4-2. That leaves him top of the table, joint with Jared Cole, who is in action next against Richie Burnett, the only other man with points on the board. Everybody has played 2 matches, but Jared Cole has the chance now to make it 3 wins from 3. He faces Richie Burnett, looking to go level on points with the top 2. Who will win this generation game?
First leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on.
Let's hope it's a good game, good game. And Cole's had a couple of those, a 4-2 win against Nick Fulwell and
60.
4-3 win against Gary Stone. Burnett won 1, lost 1, went down 4-2 to Chaz Barstow, who has been brilliant this evening. 106 average against Burnett, 102 against Stone in the match we've just witnessed. In his opening match of the evening,
140.
Richie Burnett began the opening leg with back-to-back 180s. This is not a replay. I repeat, this is not a replay.
190.
But it is the same outcome. Let's hope that the third visit of the leg does not result in the same.
82.
In match 1,
Richie require 141.
there were no more perfect darts. And in this match, he fails to find that 7th
90.
requisite treble en route to the holy grail of a 9-darter, a feat that Richie has achieved at the Live League already.
65. Richie require 51.
Double 16.
Game shot on the first
But it
leg.
might not be the
Richie
perfect
Burnett.
leg, but it is a perfect start for Richie Burnett because it's a break of throw out in 11 darts. And Burnett shows his class from the off.
Second leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
A little bit of congratulation there from his youthful opponent, Jared Cole, just 21 years of age, but admiring that
140.
classy leg from Burnett. Cole was at a 1-6-1 and a 1-6-7 this week. The 1-6-7 came against Burnett on Monday.
99.
Burnett hit a 1-6-1 against Cole on Wednesday. And that 1-6-7 from
50.
Chaz Barstow to win the last match. His biggest finish of the night. And the second 1-6-7 of Champions Week. We have seen one 170 big fish finish. That came from Gary Stone against Robert Owen on Monday. We are into the 4th day of Champions Week. Kevin Burnett, to remind you, already through to
97.
finals night.
$133.
3 players will go through from this group. 2 players from Group C, which concludes tomorrow. 9:30 AM at the Online Darts YouTube channel to catch the action. 4 players tied on 6 points at the top of the table after a day's play. Now then, treble 20. Couldn't find it. Might find himself 2 legs behind as a result. Where do you want to go, Jared?
46.
Not there.
Richie requires 76.
I think he just got fed up of moving and chucked it and hoped for the best and got the worst. And now Burnett
56.
had the chance to double his advantage.
Jared to require 89.
Double 5
Game shot on the
found
second
by
leg.
Jared Cole.
Jared Cole.
And that brilliant start from Burnett counts for naught all of a sudden because Jared Cole has produce the 89 combination to break
Third
straight
leg,
back.
it's Jared throwing first. 140. $15.
Well, that's no good. And Richie knows it. Berates himself in the background.
140.
Cole calmly carries on. That 106 earlier tonight, by the way, from
58.
Kaz Barstow, the highest average of Champions Week so far. Richie Burnett has posted 104.15 himself.
60.
That was against Robert Owen on Wednesday. Jared Cole's highest average, 96.5 this week. He's way above that kind of level here. The 177 from Burnett
161.
gets him nearer to Cole. I won't say in contention yet because he was
105.
so far behind. He needs to unlap himself twice. So again, I'm trying to perfect my lip reading skills, but I think Richie Burnett said awful. And he will feel awful after such a fantastic start to this match in which he broke the throw
16.
with an 11 darter, only to hand the advantage straight back to Cole,
100.
who now approaches the
Jared
hockey,
require 40.
looking to lead for the first time.
Game shot on the third leg. Jared Cole.
And 40 seems to be his forte, and Cole hits the front, 2-1 up against the former world champ Richie Burnett.
Fourth leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on. $58. $58. $45.
Well, it's a lacklustre visit from Burnett, and Cole will look to fill his boots. And Burnett may call himself
99.
the Prince of Wales, but it could be King Cole at the end of this match.
83. $100. $100. $140.
So young Jared down to a reasonable combination checkout. Richie Burnett's had enough. Whatever he was saying has made Cole chuckle, trying to hide the fact he was laughing as Richie
26.
was in danger of glancing towards him.
Jared to require 104.
Finding it all hilarious. Go for the ball. He daren't.
Game shot on the fourth.
But he does
leg.
dare
Jared
to
Cole.
complete the combination. And Jared Cole, he's really enjoying himself. 3-1 he leads Richie Burnett and throwing for a third win on the spin.
Fifth leg, it's Jared to throw first. Game on. .96.
Richie Burnett opened this match with 2 180s.
$121. 58.
An 11 dart finish. Since then, Cole has been allowed to run riot.
$134.
This is their
93.
fourth meeting of the week. Cole has won 2 of the previous 3. And it's their 10th meeting overall at the Online Darts Live League. Cole winning 6 of the last 9.
85.
Burnett, though, has a break in his sights.
Richie require 106.
And half a dozen darts to take out 106. Treble 18 for double 16. Yes.
Game shot.
Yes, that's better.
Richie Burnett.
From Burnett, who claws his way back into contention. A thumbs up for Jared Cole, I assume in response to a thumbs up from Jared Cole.
Sixth leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
Cole remains a leg up, but Burnett has the darts to force what would effectively be a sudden death shootout.
$41.
So will it be Richie Burnett tying on points with Jared Cole on 4 with 2 wins
100.
from 3? Or will Jared Cole stretch the distance, stretch the gap between the pair of them, and make it 3 wins out of 3? Nice little pirouette there from Richie Burnett.
45.
Strictly come darting here on Sporty Stuff TV.
93. $140.
Well, that was a decent display. Still not happy, ever the perfectionist.
98.
As professional darts players tend to be, and I'm sure that Richie Burnett has always regarded himself as such. Such a monumental figure in this sport.
95.
Over 3 decades, Burnett
100.
has been a big name. Needs a big visit.
140.
Gets one.
Jared, you require
Pressure
110.
applied. Jared Cole needing to take out the 3rd ton plus finish on the spin in this match, but he's missed a big number. Well, he wasn't happy there, Jared Cole. Not sure whether it was just with himself or the animated antics of Richie Burnett. Just got to him a little bit, distracted him a little bit.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
And the end result is that Burnett ties it up at 3 apiece. We're all square. We're going down to a last leg decider. But crucially, Cole has the darts in it.
7th and final leg. It's Jared to throw first. $140.
By the way, not for any second suggesting that Burnett intentionally did anything wrong, but Well, it's there for all to see. The man just can't control himself.
38.
Strike a pose, Richie. But it's Cole that's doing the striking
100.
here. 100 to back up the 140. Burnett keeps battling and just about stays on his feet as he launched himself towards the boards along with the dart, two of them finding the treble 20.
41.
And Cole perhaps a little rattled. Still a chance for the pendulum to swing back towards Richie Burnett here, and he's in the gravy again.
140.
Well, this is interesting. Burnett slightly ahead. Cole still favourite. Not if he doesn't find a treble now. Well, actually, he might look at the bullseye to leave 170 if he hits the 25.
31.
That's what he attempted to do, but he didn't manage that either. So Burnett all of a sudden has become favourite for this match, after seeming like Cole had beaten
100.
him, like he'd beaten himself. Richie Burnett could end up winning a match by feeling like he's
95.
been beaten. Can be a balmy old game at times.
Richie require 83.
Particularly when Richie Burnett is on the hockey. Well, he's going to end on tops, isn't he? Tops to win it.
43.
Would have been a wacky end to a wacky match. But now Cole has the opportunity
94.
to put this beyond Burnett and to claim a third consecutive win this evening. 44 points remaining, 40 points remaining,
54.
and still hoping that Burnett can't find the target that he missed.
Richie require 40.
With a dart that was high, wide, and not particularly handsome.
Game,
And Burnett
shots,
can
and the match.
find that
Richie
double.
Burnett.
And Jared Cole is beaten for the first time this evening. He goes down in a last leg decider against Richie Burnett. It was a strange old game. Burnett with 2 180s and 106 checkout. Cole with a ton plus finish of his own as well. 94 the average for Richie Burnett. And he just got over the line in the end after Cole had missed a dart to clinch it. Well, that means that Burnett joins Cole on 4 points with 2 wins from 3. Chaz Barstow has 2 wins from 2. And he's up against Nick Fulwell, who is so far pointless this evening. That's coming next. Welcome back. Chaz Barstow is back in action, and he really is lighting up the online darts live league over the last couple of weeks. Winning week 4, averaging 111 in his final, and now a perfect start to Group B on Champions Week. 2 wins from 2, and up against a man who has 2 defeats from 2.
First leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on.
That man is Nick Fullwell, and if Barstow can make it 3 from 3, then it will be a very, very likely probability
55.
that Barstow will be in the top 3 when all is said and done at the end of tomorrow night's action. It will leave Fullwell with an uphill
80.
climb with just one more game to go this evening before his 4 tomorrow. He takes on Gary Stone, the other man who's failed to pick up points
45.
so far tonight. Stone in action next against Richie Burnett, one of 3 players on 4. The other is Jared Cole, who
58.
Burnett's just beaten in a last leg decider. Every single match this evening has seen at least 6
68.
of the possible 7 legs played. 6 matches, 3-4-2s and 3-4-3s.
100.
But just get the sense that if Barstow plays like he has been playing and Fulwell carries on the same level of form that he has so far tonight,
60.
then this one could be a breeze for Barstow. Well, that was unlucky, wasn't it? 2 on the floor, maximum score with the one that he did get.
$29.
Disappointed, not because he thinks he's going to lose the leg, but because he's been chucking in
137.
such high averages that he wants to carry on in that 3-figure range.
95.
106 and change in
Charge
his
requires
first match,
66.
102.18 in his second, a win over Gary Stone.
46.
Mick Fulwell, in contrast,
Nick require 149.
has failed to get out of the 80s so far.
78.
Still listening to Wham
Charge
and
required
Spandau
20.
Ballet.
Game shot on
But
the
it has been
first
gold
leg.
from
Chaz
Chaz Barstow so far this evening. And he takes the first leg in this one, finding double 5 to break. He's a leg ahead.
Second leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
Perfect first start. Next door neighbour
83.
from Chaz Barstow with the next one. Now Nick Fulwell just reminding Barstow that he's no mug.
96.
Four. And that's as far as Fulwell
100.
goes in pursuit of perfection. We've seen Richie Burnett firing back-to-back 180s twice tonight.
100.
That is as close as we have come to a 9-darter. Haven't had one yet this week, but we did have one in each of the previous 3 weeks.
82.
Most recently, Colin Osborne, who I think is one of the form players at the Online Darts Live League, and I would be
Nick require 139.
very surprised if he didn't have a good run, a good go at Q School in 2022. The Wizard seems to have
103.
found that old magic.
Chaz require 103.
Fulwell here has put Chaz Barstow in a position where he needs to take this out. 63 tops.
63.
Over the top.
Nick require
So
36.
to break Barstow back at the first opportunity. 99 now.
Game shot on the second leg.
And
Nick
Fullwell
Fulwell.
finds it. to cancel out the Barstow break and level up this match at 1 leg apiece.
Third leg, it's Nick to throw first.
The Stourbridge Slinger
59.
has the darts in leg 3.
$140. 60. 140.
Barstow weighing in with back-to-back ton 40s.
45. 44.
You won all 4 matches on the first night of Group B.
95.
Last week, Chaz Barstow, and 7 days later, here he is at it again.
85.
Loves a Thursday evening sesh.
$140.
Treble 20. All ball if he fancies going that route, but he backs himself for the treble.
Game shot on
And
the
it
third
proved to
leg.
be
Chaz Barstow.
the right choice as Barstow completes the 92 combination. Treble 20, double 16, and breaks again. 2-1 he leads, and he has the darts.
Fourth leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
This is
41.
by some distance so far his poorest performance of the night. If Fulwell can find something, just another gear or two, then he really could challenge Chaz.
121.
Get himself going in Group B.
120.
Well, not for the first time in this match. Barstow suffering a bounce out. That was the maximum. He's still shaking his head.
140. 180.
But if at first you don't succeed, as they say, just try and try again. Chaz Barstow has hit the treble 20 with all of his last 6 starts.
Chaz, you require 160.
But it's 120 and then 180 to leave 160. Well, that's a bit of a slip.
82.
Puts it right.
Nick, you require 157.
Fullwell in need of fireworks.
137. Chaz, you require 78.
20 for tops. To open up a gap.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Mind the gap, Nick.
Chaz Barstow.
Chaz Barstow is now 2 ahead and 1 away from a 3rd win of the night. He leads Nick Fulwell 3-1.
Fifth leg, it's Nick to throw first.
And has been once again brilliant from Barstow. Really has.
41.
Not up there with the astronomical averages that he's been posting earlier this evening. But he's just looked so likely, hasn't he? Sure you will agree.
$140. 58. 59. 171. 140. Charge require 138.
Attempted to stay there, Chaz Barstow. Perhaps slightly caught in two minds.
80. Nick require 121. 93.
So the chance
Charge
gone
require 58.
for Fulwell. Can Barstow cash in and put this game to bed?
38.
Not yet.
Nick require 28.
But he will come again
No score.
for a 4-1 win
Charge
and a win that
required
would
20.
see him soar clear at the top of the Group B table. It started on double 5 for Chaz Barstow.
10.
Doesn't end there, or not yet at least.
Nick require 28.
You can't believe it, Nick Fulwell. Looking at Chaz Barstow, you do miss, really?
Game shot on the 5th
Well, he's taken the
Nick
chance
Fullwell.
eventually. And Fulwell still in this match, still fighting, still battling. 3-2 down, and Barstow now throwing for the win.
6th leg, it's Chaz to throw first. Game on. $99. $60. $180.
Second of the match for Chaz Barstow is 7th of the evening.
140.
This is game 7 of the evening. 3 to come. Richie Burnett against Gary Stone. Chaz Barstow will finish
100.
his evening's work against Jared Cole, and then Stone back to take on Fullwell in a match that could be between two players who haven't got any points. Fullwell edging closer to 0 from 3. Stone could be there if he loses to Burnett in the match that follows this. 62 remaining for Chaz Barstow. Treble 10 will be the target. This would be a lovely way to win it.
106.
But he can't quite finish the job.
$81. Chaz, you require 16. Game, shot,
And that is
the
the job
Chaz
finished
Barstow.
for Chaz Barstow, and he's in no doubt as to what his ambitions are in Group B. 3 wins from 3. Last Thursday he won 4 from 4. Is he going to repeat that feat tonight? It's a 91.5 average for Chaz Barstow. That is some way short of the stuff he's been producing so far this evening, but it's enough for the 2 points for a 4-2 win over Nick Fullwell, who remains pointless, as does Gary Stone, who is in action next against Richie Burnett. That's coming up in 3 minutes. Welcome back. 3 matches still to come tonight at the online Darts Live League, and it starts the last outing of the evening for Richie Burnett, the former Champions Week winner, the former champion of the world. He goes up against Gary Stone, who is yet to pick up points in the opening night of Group B action. A win for Burnett here would take him level on points with top of the table Chaz Barstow, who still has a game to play. Stone hoping to avoid being stone bottom at the end of the evening, but he does still have 2 matches, including this one.
First leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
The pair of them have played 3 times already this week. It's been 2 wins for Gary Stone, either side of a whitewash success for Burnett on Tuesday. It's been up and down from him
100.
tonight, but he lost his first match 4-2 to Chaz Barstow. Couldn't do much about that. Averaged 106 did Barstow in that one, but he's bounced back with a couple of 4-3 successes,
82.
seeing off both Nick Fulwell and Jared Cole in last leg deciders. As for Stone, he went down 4-3 to Cole. And 4-2
60.
to Barstow, who again had a 3-figure average in victory. Seems like here's the man to beat in Group B. I feel sure that he will progress as one of the top 3
42.
from 5 in this group that go through to finals night on Saturday. Kevin Burnett is already there. Well, I mean, he's in action on Saturday. He's not some kind of time traveller. The Iron Man won Group A to book his place. It could have been different. Burnett could have had his feet up. Not sure
100.
Burnett is a man who puts his feet
Gary
up
require
that often.
139.
Only behind him when he's throwing darts. Well, treble 13. Is it in? It is in. Double top.
Game
Oh,
shot
what
on
a
the
finish
first leg.
for Gary Stone. 139 checkout. And he's off to a flyer. 60, 39 tops. What a start for Stone, who breaks Burnett.
Second leg, it's Gary to throw first.
139. Wonderful, wonderful checkout. As I was saying, Burnett
100.
lost a bit of a winner-takes-all clash in the final match of Group A against Kevin Burnett. Ended up finishing 3rd with Gary Stone sandwiched in between the pair.
100.
Jared Cole also moving from Group A to B.
190.
Good grouping, Gary. It's a 4th 180 of the evening for him. This is
140.
a 140. Would have been a 7th maximum for Richie Burnett.
123. 134. Gary require 98.
Treble 20. Treble 19. Double top.
Game shot on the
Nice
second
and
leg.
easy.
Gary
He made it look
Stone.
easy. Gary Stone, the 2nd and 3rd darts anyway. Didn't even stop to think, correct himself. He just fancied it and he took it out and he leads
Third leg,
2-0.
it's Richie to throw first.
2 combination finishers. 139, 98 rather, although it felt more like a 97. Hasn't missed a dart at double yet.
100.
Richie Burnett hasn't had a dart at double yet. I think the way that Richie's performed tonight, it feels just
100.
about right that he wins 2 and loses 2. But he won't feel like he's out of this just yet.
140. 100. 100.
Tidy darts from Burnett in this leg.
91. Richie require 161. 129.
When he tees up double 16 after a dozen darts.
85. Richie require 32.
It's been a while since he threw it a double. And it looks like it as well. Double 8, dancing around the hockey.
Game shot on the third leg.
And finding
Richie
the
Burnett.
desired double in the end to halve the deficit and get himself into this contest. Burnett trails Stone by 2 legs to 1. But Stone has the darts in leg 3.
Fourth leg, it's Gary to throw first.
Leg 4, should I say. Getting late, isn't it?
42.
Can afford a mistake or two. Not sure Richie Burnett can. Gary Stone certainly can't, having failed to pick up any points
99.
thus far. Didn't win any matches on Thursday night. Well, this match has started on Friday
97.
officially. Maybe we'll fare better with that Friday feeling. Friday will be another bumper day of action from the Online Darts Live League. 15 matches to bring you from 9:30 in the morning, live and exclusive on the Online Darts YouTube channel. Then we are back on Sporty Stuff TV Friday night, 10 p.m. for the conclusion of this group, before Saturday night sees finals night take place. Same time, same place. Don't go the same place here, Richie. Go there instead for finals night, as I was saying, where somebody will pick up a cheque for £6,000, just like Jim Williams did 5 weeks ago. Just like Richie Burnett did 5 weeks before that. The Welsh have ruled
95.
the Live League. We see a Scotsman in the winner's enclosure this time. Can Gary Stone lift himself off
60.
the surface and start to climb the table?
Requires 70.
But Rich is rolling at the moment. Oh, I love this way. Double 7 now.
Game shot
And
on
Burnett
the fourth leg.
completes
Richie
the
Burnett.
combo, and all of a sudden it's looking miserable for Gary Stone once again. 70 out for Burnett, who ties it up at 2 apiece, but crucially now has the darts.
Fifth leg, it's Richie to throw first. Game on.
Big deep breath from Richie Burnett. The 1995 champion of the world.
80.
Not a happy chappy. After suffering the bounce out. Stone looked like he wanted to switch there, but he's persevered,
45.
and I'm not sure why. He knows he shouldn't have stayed there. And now the man from the Rhondda Valley can carry on his rise.
135.
A bit of a deflection, but Burnett in command in this leg and indeed in this match.
100.
Lost his tour card for the second time in 20 19, the start of it, Richie Burnett
100.
will feel that he's still got life in him. Lives and breathes this game.
41.
Wears his heart on his sleeve. Shows us what he's thinking and feeling with every dart and every visit. The erratic action
140.
often produces treasures.
59.
I mean, if you watched him throw those darts and didn't look at where they
Richie
landed,
require
you would never
46.
think he'd get a 140 with those three. All thrown differently, but he did get the
Game
140
shot on the fifth
to
leg.
set up the
Richie
46
Burnett.
finish, and it's a finish he takes out to move ahead in this match for the first time, having lost the first two legs. Burnett leads 3-2 and he's one away
Sixth
from the
leg,
win.
It's Gary to throw first.
And it is Stone's darts in leg 6, and he really needs to win this
134.
leg and then somehow break in the decider. Otherwise, he's going to see himself stranded on the bottom of the table with Nick Fulwell going into a match against that opponent
100.
at the end of the night's action. And one of them will end up pointless. That's coming up in a couple of games' time.
140.
Before that, Charles Barstow has the chance to complete a clean sweep this evening when he faces Jared Cole.
100. $55.
140 to leave a finish for Richie Burnett. Forget that. Stone smirks, knowing that this leg is in his hands.
82. 140.
Just sets up the double. Well, Burnett has been embroiled in a couple of 4-3 matches, but he's won both of them.
81.
And both times
Gary
Richie Burnett
require 32.
broke in the last leg decider.
Game shot on the sixth leg. Gary Stone.
Well, this time he's got the darts in the decider. It's 3 apiece. Richie Burnett looking to win a third last leg shootout of the night.
Seventh and final leg. It's Richie to throw first. Game on.
Gary Stone looking to pick up his first points in Group B.
$60.
Only 60.
96.
The one treble visits might be good in the heat of battle.
$140.
2 treble visits are better. Richie Burnett, I was going to say almost caught Gary Stone on the
100.
shin there. I think it was actually closer to catching him on the chin. Stand back, Gary. Stand well back.
$96.
Well, he has to think about this.
$44.
And that could well be the writing on the wall for Gary Stone in this match. Burnett keeps going to last leg deciders and keeps winning them. Was beaten 4-2 by Charles Barstow in his opener, but has won last leg shootouts against both Nick Fulwell and Jared Cole. And here he is again,
135.
poised
Richie
for a 7-leg
requires
victory.
65.
Too good.
Game, shots.
But he
and
tidies it up
Richie
in the
Burnett.
end, and once again, Richie Burnett wins a last leg decider. That's 3 from him this evening, won in 7 legs, and it has been a good night's work for Richie Burnett. 3 wins from 4, just under 100 the average. Gary Stone was decent as well, didn't miss a double in that match, but it hasn't availed him anything. He's got one more chance when he takes on Nick Fulwell, who hasn't won a match either this evening. They go up in the last match of the night, but before that, Jared Cole goes up against Chaz Barstow, who is looking to make it a clean sweep. Stay with us. Well, 2 matches then still to play. Richie Burnett has bowed out of the evening's action, but after a good night's work, the Prince of Wales winning 3 of his 4 matches. Chaz Barstow has won 3 from 3 and is looking to make it 4 from 4 when he takes on Jared Cole in this, the penultimate match of the evening. he will go out right top of the table, but if he loses it, Cole will make it very interesting indeed and tie with Burnett and Barstow on 6. Gary Stone and Nick Fulwell still pointless, but play in the curtain closer after this.
First leg, it's Chaz to throw first. Game on.
So it is. Barstow against Cole. Barstow has been the player of the night, but his performance level did drop somewhat despite victory against Nick Fullwell. No match has been won by a margin greater than 2 legs this evening. And you can't see either of the last two breaking that trend.
96. 96.
This pair haven't met at the Live League thus far.
81. 100.
Haven't met in any
140.
recorded game of darts. Barstow looking to carry on the kind of bullying form that he's produced, not just this week but last as well, when he became
87.
the weekly winner on week 4. And it's a fabulous start
Chaz Barstow
for the Hampshire man, who takes that 87 in 2 to lead Jared Cole after the first leg.
Second leg, it's Jared throwing first. 97. 180. 140.
Well, Barstow off with the maximum. That's his 8th
96
of the night.
45. 65.
As we move into Friday morning,
99.
17th of
Chaz
September.
require 160.
On this day in 2017, the Champions League of Darts was taking place.
84.
Mensa Soljovic beat
Jared
Gary
require
Anderson famously in the
120.
final.
100.
On this day in
Chaz
2021,
requires 76.
the World Series in Copenhagen will take place, with Live League participant, in fact runner-up of the last Champions Week, Fallon Sherrock, in action in Denmark.
60. Jared, you require 20.
Will it be the day that Chaz Barstow completes a clean sweep in Group B for the second time in 7 days? Or can Cole stop him in his tracks? Well, he has for now. He's levelled up at 1 apiece, but Barstow has the darts in leg 3.
Third leg, it's Chaz to throw first. 180.
For the second successive leg. Barstow
57.
Kicks off with a maximum. This time he finds a 4th dart in the treble 20. Has to switch now. And he does.
177.
It's a great effect. Well, Chaz Barstow has been producing special stuff for the last couple of weeks. It would be very fitting for him to land a 9-dart finish on Champions Week. Not quite. Not this time.
128. 100. Chaz, you require 16.
But he does go out in 10. And that is a brilliant, brilliant leg of darts from Chaz Barstow. Not the perfect 9, but it's 10 out of 10 stuff from the Hampshire man who leads by 2 legs to 1.
Fourth leg, it's Jared throwing first.
By the way, while we're doing
55.
the on this day stuff, Jared Cole, 4 years ago to the day, was playing Dimitri Vandenberg in a PDC development tour match.
180.
He lost it 4-2, but we all know what's gone on for Dimitri since then. Chaz Barstow, by the way, has kicked off 3 of the 4 legs
58.
in this match with maximums.
96.
Absolutely brilliant. We could be seeing him produce something incredible if he carries on at this rate. Average well high up in the 100 teens.
140. Chaz, you require 126.
It's starting to be time to dig out the record books as Barstow looks for the treble 19. Can't find it.
58.
His best average at the Online
Jared
Darts Live League is 111.33. That was in the final last week against Kevin Burnett. As Cole makes a mess. Burnett has the second highest average
Chaz, requires 68.
in Live League history, 117.2. 13 ball now for Barstow. Ball now for Barstow.
43.
Clips a wire.
Jared, you require 40.
Cole can't claim the leg.
Chaz, you require 25.
This is the MO for Barstow.
Game shot on the
it
fourth
proves
leg.
to be effective
Chaz
once
Barstow.
again as he opens up a 2-leg cushion in this match. He leads 3-1 and he's throwing for a 4-1 win, which would be the biggest win of the night.
Fifth leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
And the reason I'm reeling off all those averages, those figures in the Live League record
93.
books, is because just a moment or two ago Chaz Barstow was averaging 119. Well, that's plummeted after a 17 dart break down to 106.5. Shocking, isn't it, Chaz? The 106 he had earlier this evening is the highest average on Champions Week that we've witnessed
93.
so far. That is still culpable to be beaten. If you are interested, the highest average that we've ever had at the Online Darts
60.
Live League, 118.44. That came from Jason Askew.
96. 81. 39. 90.
140 to tee up tops is the order of the day for Chaz Barstow here, but he's powerless to prevent Cole from claiming the leg. Good guide for the treble 20, but he couldn't guide it in.
65.
And tops will
40.
finish another demolition job for Chaz Barstow, who is brilliant once again. It's another 3-figure average, and it's an excellent night's work for Chaz Barstow. 103.71 in the end to go with an average of 102 earlier and 106 in his opening match of the evening. That is 4 wins out of 4 for brilliant Barstow, who will lead the Group B table overnight. We're going to turn our attention to the bottom of the table for the final match of this evening's action as Gary Stone and Nick Fulwell battle it out for their first points in Group B. That's coming up next. Well, gearing up here for the last match of the night at the Online Darts Live League. And in Group B, it is a battle of the Basement Boys. Two players haven't picked up any points this evening, and they are the two that are about to duel in the curtain closer
First leg,
of the action.
Gary to throw first. Game on.
With Gary Stone taking on Nick Fulwell in the last match of the night. No points for either of them. Chaz Barstow has got
85.
maximum points. 4 wins from 4. After that 4-1 win against Jared Cole, who won his first 2 matches of the night but
57.
lost the 2 after that. Richie Burnett has 3 victories from 4 after losing his opening match to Barstow. But this pair, 0 from 3.
96.
Gary Stone was very good in that 4-3 defeat against Richie Burnett a couple of games ago. the performance levels
123.
would probably lean towards a win for Stone.
100.
No doubt who the star of the show has been this evening. That's Chaz Barstow. But
45.
one of these players will put themselves firmly in contention going into tomorrow. One of them will leave themselves with a mountain to climb.
100.
Who can begin the climb in the 10th and final match of the first day of Group B action? Thanks for staying with us late into the night or early into the morning, whichever way you want to look at it. Stone looks at double top.
Game shot.
Excellent dart that, when you consider that the darts in the single had somewhat barricaded and blocked that double 20. But he found a gap and takes the lead. 1-0.
Second leg, it's Nick to throw first.
Yeah, thanks for staying with us indeed, particularly if you've been with us for all 25 matches over the course
140
of the day. 15 of them in Group C on Thursday morning. On Friday morning we'll see the final 15 from that group.
43.
It is too close to call. 9:30 on the Online Darts YouTube channel. 4 players tied on 6 points at the top of the table, having won 3 from 5 earlier. Everybody still in contention for one of those top 2 spots in that group.
100.
And then we'll be back Friday night, flight night, on Sporty Stuff TV for the conclusion of this group. I think it's safe to say that Chaz Barstow will finish in the top 3, but who will join him? Cole, Burnett, Stone, Fullwell,
96.
all hoping to bag one of the top 3 spots to join those 2 from Group C and the Group A winner Kevin Burnett at finals night on Saturday, and play for a share of that lucrative £15,000 prize fund.
92. Nick require
Gary Stone is the only player to have hit a 170 this Champions Week.
$98.
Can he repeat the trick?
170.
Perhaps he can. Perhaps he will.
137.
Perhaps not.
Nick require 46.
Managed it v Robert Owen on Monday. Great guide that for Nick Fulwell.
Game shot on the second
and he uses it to
Nick
great
Fulwell.
effect to level up at 1 apiece. We will not see a single whitewash on the opening night of Group B action. It's 1-1 between Stone and Fulwell here.
Third leg, it's Gary to throw first.
And nobody has won to nil in this group thus far, and nobody will
96.
in the first 10 matches at least. They'll all play each other again tomorrow or tonight, Friday night, in reverse order. So this will be the opening fixture.
85.
That'll be interesting, won't it? Because all of a sudden one of them might well be on 4 points and in the provisional qualification
100.
spots.
100. 53. 100.
No previous meeting between the pair of them at the Online Darts Live League.
140.
I'm not aware of any other meeting in any kind of PDC, BDO or WDF tournament.
100. Gary, you require 112.
Fulwell's going to have the chance here to steal a march in this match.
56. Nick, you require 116.
Treble 20 required. Can't find it, didn't get near it in truth.
60. Gary, you require 56.
So Stone has the first pop at 56. Can't pop tops,
Game
but he
shot on
does
the third leg. Gary Stone.
pin the double 10 to edge back ahead after 3 legs in this match. All on throw so far. Stone leads 2-1.
Fourth leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on. $140.
So just a quick run through the results in Group B tonight. It all started when Jared Cole beat Nick Fulwell 4-2.
42.
He then saw off Stone 4-3 before losing 4-3 to Richie Burnett. And then 4-1 to Chaz Barstow, who beat Burnett earlier in the evening 4-2.
100.
With an average of 106. He also saw off Stone with a 167 match-winning checkout in a 4-2 win.
140.
And he also enjoyed a win against Fulwell himself. That was 4-2 as well to Barstow. Burnett beat Fulwell 4-3.
60.
And saw off Stone by the same
100.
margin of victory. So that all means that after 4 matches, Chaz Barstow has 8 points with a 100% record. Richie Burnett has 6 with 3 wins from 4. Jared Cole has 4 with 2 wins from 4. And whoever wins this one will have 2 with 1 win from
Nick
4.
requires
And obviously the other player will have none with no wins from 4.
44. Gary, you require 84.
84 the target for Stone to move closer to that so far elusive victory in Group B. The bullseye.
59. Nick, you require 20.
So double 10 for Nick Fulwell to tie things up. Just become a little more awkward this.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
But he
Nick
managed to find a
Fulwell.
route into the bed. And it is 2 each. Parity restored. Stone has the darts in leg 5.
Fifth leg, it's Gary to throw first. $60. $100. $140.
Stone unmanoeuvres again, edging
60.
away in leg 5. The Scotsman will feel that he deserves some points tonight.
57.
All of his averages have been in the 90s, including a 98 and a 96. As for Fulwell,
100.
all of his have been in the 80s.
$140. $45. Gary, you require 104.
Has time to do this. Could have looked elsewhere, treble 16.
56.
Perhaps an option with a second dart to try and get a dart double in that visit, but because Nick Fulwell wasn't on a finish, Stone was happy to persevere.
81. Gary, you require 48.
Double 16. And still,
16.
this would be
Nick, you require 115.
an act of robbery. And it's on. It's on.
95.
It's not in.
Gary, you require 32.
Stone survives a scare.
Game shot on the fifth
And then
leg.
nails
Gary
the double
Stone.
to move one ahead and one away from a victory that would see him pick up his first 2 points in Group B and leave his opponent stone bottom.
Sixth leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on. $140. $58.
Fullwell fights back
140.
with back-to-back ton 40s. It looks like we might be getting another last leg shootout.
58.
We have had 4 of them already. This to make it half of the matches
100.
tonight, going the distance. Only one match has been won by a margin of more than 2 legs. That was the last one, Chaz Barstow's 4-1 success
43.
over Jared Cole.
Nick, you require 121.
Fulwell has plenty of time to complete the 1-2-1.
$57.
Even a maximum wouldn't leave Stone in finishing range.
78. Nick requires 64.
But that's
Game
well
shot on the
finished
sixth
by
leg.
Fulwell.
Nick Fulwell.
And he's fighting on. Excellent combination finish, and it all comes down to this. 1 leg for 2 points.
Seventh and final leg. It's Gary to throw first. Game on.
1 leg to avoid being bottom of the table overnight. 1 leg to give yourself a real
60.
fighting chance of qualifying for finals night. To put yourself in the frame, to put yourself in the picture. Who can hold their
100.
nerve.
$100.
Can Stone hold his throat?
$81.
Well, not much between them. 21 points in it. That's been extinguished immediately.
85.
But it is still something of a slip, and a treble would keep Nick's nose in front. 2 would perhaps make him favourite for the leg.
100.
But it is just the 1. Gary would probably be happy with 1 himself. Now he's desperate for 1.
44.
But he hasn't found a treble. In fact, he's in big trouble. Fulwell has effectively now taken the darts in this decider.
140.
And he fires in a 140. A smirk disappears off the face of Gary Stone before he throws the darts, but it was
96.
kind of an admission. He thinks he's beaten here.
Nick require 80.
For the win.
60.
Well, there is one last
Gary
chance
require
for
116.
Scotland's Gary Stone to get points on the board. He gets a dart at double top to do so.
Game,
And he
shots,
nails it.
And the match.
And he
Gary
probably
Stone.
deserved it on the balance of play. Maybe not in that match, but over the evening. 116 checkout to win the last leg shootout after Nick Fulwell had missed a dart at the same double top that Gary Stone hit to win that match. There is the tale of the tape. Nick Fulwell's first average of more than 90 of the night. Gary Stone's first that wasn't in the 90s, but it is the first that he wins. It's a funny old game. He sealed it with 116 checkout to go with the 120 checkout he had earlier in the match. Half of the matches have gone the distance this evening, but there has been a standout star tonight. Chaz Barstow winning all 4 of his games to top the table with a perfect record, ahead of Richie Burnett, Jared Cole, then Gary Stone, and Nick Fullwell, bottom of the pile on nothing. We will return for the action in Group B tomorrow night from 10 p.m. on Sporty Stuff TV, but we are back at 9:30 at the Online Darts YouTube channel for the conclusion of Group C. Thanks for being with us tonight, and we will see you again tomorrow.